Morning and welcome back. Well, if you feel like your finances are not so fly, you may need the 411 from our financial expert, Mike Kojonen. I brought back the 90s phrases because we got an interesting topic this morning, finances stuck in the 90s. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So what does it mean? What do you mean by finances stuck in the 90s?
Well, some people are just living things of the past. They haven't caught up with, with the new times, like auto pay, for example.
Right.
If auto pay is a mystery to you, obviously you're living in the past. So you don't have to have these random late fees on your rent or mortgage or car payments because those numbers don't fluctuate per month. You could set up with those lenders to have that payment taken out of your checking or savings every month so you don't avoid those late fees.
Yeah, credit card bill is another one I think of when I think of auto pay.
I don't recommend that for the bills that fluctuate, like utilities and credit cards, because you want a chance to review those statements before they take that payment out, make sure there's no fraud, and make sure things are up to snuff.
Very good idea. Smartphones also being in advent in the last decade, so that's something that can help a lot.
We don't just use cell phones just to talk anymore, right? We have these little mini personal computers at our fingertips. So take advantage of the technology, like I did a lot through the holidays. You can search the web to make sure that the stores are giving you a good deal on that product. Or I even have a barcode app where I scan barcodes. It tells me if I can get it cheaper somewhere else, and some of those stores will match. So definitely take advantage of that technology.
Yeah, doing some comparison there. And also a comparison when it comes to your credit score, looking at that, making sure you know what you got.
Yeah, 25% of people never looked at their credit score, which baffles me because that determines your interest rates on your mortgage and car loans, insurance rates. Some professions require you to have a good credit score. So you're entitled to a free report every year. Go to my website at preserveyourdollars.com and click on the link and get your free report to know where you're at.
Yeah, and these last two tips kind of deal with the same sort of topic. They're leaving your money up to someone else. First, with regard to retirement.
Yeah, you can't count on your employer to fund your retirement anymore. I mean, pensions are quickly becoming a financial tool of the past. Most companies are relying on 401ks. So definitely get enrolled into it, but companies are typically only matching 2 to 5%. That's not going to be enough to fund your retirement along with Social Security. You need to up those contributions about 10 to 15%. So definitely enroll in that. And you can't count on somebody else managing your money.
Right, be proactive.
Yeah. I had a client in my office recently where I was asking the husband who handled the finances what they had in the retirement accounts. And every time he answered me, the wife would look at me and stare at him in amazement and shock because she had no idea all the money they had. Now, it was good because they had millions, but they were living like they had nothing.
Right.
But I've seen on the other side of the table as well where the spouse thinks they have a lot more money than they do. So just keep each other in the loop about what you have, where they're at, because you don't want to be blindsided if something happened to your spouse.
Yeah, as always, communication is key.
That is key.
Looking toward the future as well, also key.
Set goals. Set goals for buying a house, college, retirement, vacations. Definitely set the goals, but have a plan to get there. And then sometimes it's best just to have separate accounts so you're not commingling these funds.
Okay.
And then have at least a quarterly kind of appointments with your spouse to make sure you're on pace to meet those goals.
Great tips as always, Mike. We appreciate you joining us once
Glad
again
to be
this
here.
morning. And we'll be right back.